to share with you guys here a few tidbits of information connected to this new movie that the Obamas have produced and put out, talking about apocalyptic end times and like this big cyber attack that takes place. There's really a whole bunch that happens in the movie, but with the characters behind it, like the Obamas, it immediately hit me like, hold on, there's going to be clues in this. They're going to be telegraphing something. Well, sure enough, the movie, full of subliminals, left and right, hidden stuff that maybe not everyone is going to catch. But one of those is a clip you can see right here that shows across the screen of a TV that there is a massive cyber attack that has happened, and the emergency alert system keeps showing on the screen. It's blue the whole time. Well, for a second, maybe less, it flashes this across the screen clearly. And you can look and you can see here that it's saying that there is a massive cyber attack across the country, and it says power outages reported along the East Coast. Okay? So when you look into this and you zoom into this and you study the map and you look at the map, one thing stood out to me immediately, because whenever I look at a map like this, I look at my home territory, which is Kentucky. And it just so happens that right in my home territory, they have this big, what looks to be QR code. And it's pretty hidden, unless you're kind of zooming in and you're paying attention to detail. You can't tell that it's there. What is the craziest of all to me is this is right over top of me. I'm like, right in the middle of this QR code is where I sit as I speak. So if all the people out there to come across this and find this organically, and other people probably found this as well out there, but I was going through my Twitter feed, see Maria Oakes tweet about it, seen that it was on Netflix. I never watch any movies. Asked my old lady if she had the Netflix to hook up. It started playing, I started watching, and this is one of the first big things that I caught, was this. It just jumped out at me. Like a millisecond, all these blocks get super dark, and I had to go back and keep freezing it to get the right screenshots. And I got a lot of people out there trying to scan this QR code. Some people are saying it goes here or it goes there, but you have no proof. If it goes somewhere, somebody drop the link to where it goes and drop a video clip showing proof of where it goes. I would say it's going to load something. It is a QR code that has been hidden in here for a reason. And yes, it's a QR code. And again, the craziest thing to me is that I find this and it's sitting right over top of me in my area in Kentucky. Just it reminds me of... All right, what's up, guys? Before I dive into the topic of the movie, Leave the World Behind, I've been saying this on my channel for years now about, predictive programming and how they show you things on the movies, television shows, advertisements, et cetera, what they're going to do before it happens. And this is how they program people to accept it. So when it comes, it's normalized. So here is Kobe Bryant. We all know he passed away. I think it was 2020 or 2021. Some people say his death was a fake or whatever. Whatever the case is, there was just a cartoon show. It came out in 2016. It was on Comedy Central, and it showed Kobe dying in a helicopter crash. And look what happened to him. So that's what happens, guys, when you sell your soul. Like, it's just pure mockery. All right, so Leave the World Behind. I'm not going to do no spoilers or ruin the movie for you guys who haven't watched it yet, but honestly, the movie just sucked. The movie was trash. Like, the only thing good about that movie was the decoding the message behind it. And I actually did my research. It was actually crazy. The Obamas were one of the executive producers behind the movie, which is just insane. What the heck? What? But like I always told you guys, like the guy on the internet it sounds like a crazy person. He's usually the one that's telling you the most truth. There's always the one who's crazy. I remember watching one of the movies. It was like one of the end time movies, and there was like some homeless guy on the streets who was like preaching like, "Repent, Jesus coming back," blah blah. And everyone who drove past him looked like a crazy person, or looked at him like he was just crazy, and like kind of like push him to the side. And when all hell started to break loose, they started to think about like, where did that guy go? Where's he at? They were looking for him for answers.
and he just completely disappeared. And it reminds me of a Bible verse in Isaiah chapter 57, verse 1. Actually, let's read that verse real quick. I didn't plan to do this, but let's show you guys this verse real quick. So this is Isaiah chapter 57, verse 1. It says, the righteous perish, and no man lay it to heart, and the merciful men are taken away. None considering that the righteous is taken away from the evil to come. And that's what the Bible verse popped up in my head when I was watching that movie scene where they were all looking for him, and he just completely disappeared. So right now, what you're seeing about people talking about the movie Leave the World Behind. So let's show you guys a picture I was just showing you guys on the screen. So like I've been saying this for years, man. Hollywood always, predictive programming. They put it in the movies. They have to show you what they're gonna do before it comes. Even when this came out, there's plenty of movies, TV shows where it's programs that I can't show you guys for obvious reasons, for guidelines. But this is what happened 9/11. Okay, you had The Simpsons. The episode came out in 1993 where it says New York, $9, and there's two Twin Towers right there, 9/11. You see certain movies, Super Mario Bros., Iron Man, Sesame Street, Die Hard, and these all came out before 9/11. Okay, so this is called predictive programming. All right. I was called crazy so many times by people because I talk about this, but now it doesn't seem as crazy no more, huh? It doesn't seem as crazy. But I really wanted to talk about in the scene in the movie where there's a Tesla scene. And I wanted to show you guys it on the video, but it's a movie, so I don't want to be copyrighted. But it's pretty much, and I won't do no spoiler alerts. But in the movie, here, let me show you guys a picture at least. All right, in this scene right here, this clip right here, it's things that I've been talking about. I've been talking about this so many times with these Tesla cars. Okay, I actually have a video called "What God Showed Me About Electric Cars." It actually happened to me. Now, what in this scene didn't happen exactly to me, but what happened to me was I was living in San Jose. This happened last year, and I actually had a Tesla. I was living in San Jose, and the power went out. I've been living there almost all my life, and this never happened. Of course, there's always been power outs, for 10, 15 minutes, maybe an hour. But this power out lasted for 4 hours. My food went bad, or some of my food went bad, things of that sort. It was the longest power out in the city. I even asked my mom. She said, my mom been living there for a long time too as well, and she's like, this has never happened before. And I had my Tesla car, and I wanted to go get food. And my battery was at 21%. And Teslas, there's no gas in the car, so you'd have to charge it. And I started to think to myself, wait, how am I going to charge this car if the power's out? And, luckily I could just use my wife's car, but still, what if I didn't have no car? What if, and this is the agenda, which I talked about in that video. Okay. It's called What God Showed Me About Electric Cars. I'll leave that in the end screen, at the end of this video. You guys click on it if you want to watch it, if you haven't already watched it. But, and it really opened my eyes to the whole goal of Tesla cars and AI, and how when there is a cyber attack, because guys, this is going to come. Okay, and when this does come, everyone's going to think of this movie. And, it's okay to watch movies to decode the message, but don't get too caught up in that, because it's like, okay, you're going to decode the message, and then what? A lot of people, guys, they're cowards. They're waiting on the end of the world to, for them to actually make a move. If you actually study and, read the Bible, Noah knew the end was coming. Noah knew, God told him, and, God instructed him to, get the animals, build the ark, things of that sort, preach to the lost. He's being obedient, right? He didn't just sit around and just wait for the end of the world. No, he actually was, coming up with solutions. He was building. He was surrounding himself with like-minded, fleeing from the cities. Okay, and what's gonna hit the hardest, guys, when things hit the fan in America? With that map that I was just showing you guys. All right, let me show you all right now. Okay, so right here, so it says level of disruption caused by attack. Okay, you guys know I live in California. One of the worst places, actually, New York and California is going to be the worst places you're going to want to be when the cyber attack hits. Okay. Once again, I don't plan on living there for a long time. But anyways, so where do you guys live in America? For those who live in the States, all right, where do you guys live at right now? Because right now this is looking really bad in California. It's looking really bad in Las Vegas, Nevada area, or Southern Nevada. It's looking really bad in the northern states, like in New York. Okay, so even in Florida, look at in the major cities in Florida, you can expect Miami. It's pretty much the cities the main cities. It's going to be the worst place to live at. And solutions, guys. Solutions. Sure, you can see this and live in panic. Oh, because I live in California too. This looks one of the worst, like everywhere else. Am I gonna live in fear? No. I'm gonna, do what I have to do to prepare myself to get out of the cities. And I feel like that's what a lot of people should be doing these last days, guys. Fleeing Babylon, death to America. That's what the movie said. There was a symbolism in the movie, and we all know Babylon has fallen. It's all prophesied, and I'm betting against. I'm betting on the fall of America. It's prophesied. It's in the Bible. It's going to happen. I mean, just when you see sin continue to increase and increase, we know the end is coming closer. Now, when we talk about the end of the world, or at least when I talk about the end of the world, the Bible says the end. Let me show you guys this verse real quick, because a lot of people talk about the end of the world, but they don't know who's it going to end for. Okay, so I got another Bible verse to show. So there's 2 Esdras chapter 6 verse 9. It says, "For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth." Okay. Also, this is a verse that I be sharing in my videos. People don't be paying attention, I guess. I guess people don't pay attention. I'm not afraid of the end of the world, guys. I'm not afraid. When I watch that movie, that doesn't make me afraid at all. I don't get scared. Even if that were to happen, like a cyber attack, which it will happen in our lifetime. It will happen. You have Elon Musk making Starlink, which is just all spying. You have AI cars. It's not just Teslas. I was in San Francisco a couple weeks ago, and half of this, maybe not half, maybe about 20% of the city is all AI cars. All AI cars, no humans in there driving. So it's like we have to see the signs of the times. We have to see, okay, fallen angels are taking over. Every unclean spirit is taking over. It talks about that in the last chapter too as well. But anyways, let's read this real quick. Genesis chapter 15, verse 13 to 15 says, "And he said unto Abraham, Know surely that the seed of thy stranger, know surely that the seed shall be a stranger in the land that is not theirs, and shall serve them and shall afflict them 400 years. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterwards shall they come forth with great substance. And thou shalt go to thy fathers in peace, and thou shalt be buried in good age." Okay, so what the Most High is doing when you see all these cyber attacks and, when all hell's breaking loose, he's actually judging the other nations. If you're truly a chosen one, if you're of the seed of Abraham, like, what's there to worry about, bro? Like, I don't get, well, guys, when I go on Twitter, it's actually so sad. One thing about sheep and goats, they love being fear monger. They love living in fear. They just love it. They love the conspiracies. And, I'm a conspiracy theorist, but like, I know how to have a balance. I know how to decipher between, like, I don't put my attention on that. I don't care, bro. Like, I don't care. But they just love it. They eat it up. And it's like, people just lack knowledge, man. Like, we know that's coming. Okay. Like, now what are you going to do about it? Are you just going to sit around and be a coward and wait for the end of the world? Or like I said, are you going to come up with solutions? Surround yourself with like-minded people. Be preparing, fleeing the cities. And I understand some people are not in the situation right now to leave the cities, and that's okay, and in Most High's timing, God willing, that you will, when the time is right, the time is right. But I mean, there's just so many things that when I watch the movie, like I said, guys, the movie is low-key kind of trash. Like, of course, there's got a lot of messages in it. Like, the ending was trash. It was overhyped. But like I said, the messages behind the movie, you see how the son, he's wearing the Obey shirt, and the daughter is wearing the NASA shirt, which NASA means to deceive in Hebrew. So those are all things you can watch the movie to decode, but like, overall, the movie wasn't really that good. It was just hype behind it. But there are some things that you can wake up from. Told you guys, man, all this AI stuff they're pushing, it's all just fallen angels. This is Satan's world. God has allowed Satan to be the God of this world. And, many people are just living in that delusion where they just think that everything is normal, everything is okay. But when, ish hits the fan, that's when you see a lot of people in fear. I mean, you already see it now. Just imagine when the cyber attack actually hits. It's going to be pretty bad, man, in the States. So, and let me know, guys, too. Do you guys plan to leave the cities? Do you guys, now, we're not leaving the cities out of fear. We're leaving the cities out of, this is a dying place, okay? That's why we're leaving the cities. Some people are leaving America, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all, man. Like, I really want to leave America. Like, I moved out of the city, but I just don't really mess with America no more, bro. America's boring. But anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Did you guys watch the movie, Leave the World Behind? It's on Netflix. Did you like it? Did you not like it? And yeah, if you guys made it this far, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Y'all stay blessed. Take it easy. I'm out. Peace.